Survivor 46 is here, and so is On Fire, the only official Survivor podcast, and we have a twist this season. The winner of Survivor 45, Dee Valladares, will be joining us every week.
We're going behind the scenes of the biggest moments, the how and the why things happen, and the strategy and analysis you can only get from someone like me, a Survivor winner.
Listen to On Fire, the official Survivor podcast, wherever you get your podcast.
This episode is brought to you by Paramount Plus. Get in, loser! Mean Girls is now streaming on Paramount Plus. Join Katie Heron as she meets the plastics in Tina Fey's new twist on the modern classic. Get ready for more of the rumors, backstabbing, and jokes you loved from the original movie with some fetch surprises. Rated PG-13. Wear pink and head to ParamountPlus.com to try it free.
Taste the Mediterranean through March 19th at Whole Foods Market. Save on animal welfare certified bone-in beef short ribs, sustainable wild-caught sockeye salmon, and more. Find sales on Parmigiano Reggiano, charcuterie and ground lamb. Grab an olive boule bread from the bakery. Plus, wines from the Mediterranean start at just $8.99. Taste the Mediterranean now at Whole Foods Market. Must be 21 plus. Please drink responsibly.
Hello, everyone. The clip you're about to hear is from one of our exclusive Patreon episodes, and if you'd like to hear the full episode, just head on over to patreon.com/horrorqueers and subscribe today. Without further ado, here is your exclusive Patreon clip.
I will confess this is a word I've never tried to pronounce out loud.
I actually have, if only because I have Julia Childs mastering the art of French cooking, and she has some potages in there.
Oh, yes. And folks, if you don't know what a potage is, we realize we should definitely be explaining the episode titles as we go. So we'll start with this one. A potage is a category of thick soup, stew, or porridge in which meat and vegetables are boiled together with water until they form a thick mush, which is appropriate for this episode, right? Because it's all about things are getting muddy and murky and everybody's trying to manipulate. Like, nobody's telling the truth in this episode.
Okay, see, that's so interesting that you were gravitating towards that. I was gravitating towards the fact that this is the first episode title where it's an actual, like, item of food and not, like, a course or, like, a name for an appetizer, you know, like an amuse-bouche.
Right.
A potage was also, what they would call a peasant stew because all the ingredients were things that were readily available to French peasants.
Right, yes. It's one of those, whatever you've got in the fridge, dump it in a pot and just cook it up, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But we've got David Slade returning behind the camera for this one.
We do, yes. And of course, we also have Brian Fuller working on the teleplay, as well as Chris Brancato, who I was delighted to learn wrote Species 2. Don't hold it against him. As well as David Fury, who you and I will know from writing many, many episodes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I saw his name. And okay, so okay, this is like the big piece of trivia that I have for this episode because they weren't sure if they wanted to have Abigail Hobbs, you know, be complicit in her father's crimes, and it was Fury who suggested to them, well, I'm sorry, Fury was kind of like, well, no one's going to believe that she had anything to do with this, and Fuller goes, but what if she did?
I love it. It's so maniacal, but also I'm fully in Fury's corner. Like, until this episode airs, I thought that she was just a victim. So, I mean, I'm not going to lie. This is an episode that does not perform as well as the last episode. You can already start to see the numbers drop in terms of real time and even delayed viewing. But I feel like this, to me, is such a representative episode of Hannibal. We don't need a serial killer of the week. It doesn't have to be procedural. It can be so richly character focused. And, you know, we talked last episode about how much we fucking love Casey Rawle in this role. And this is a shining spotlight for Abigail Hobbs.